Right. So I know, again, like you said, DeSean, like things happen obviously throughout your college career. You were at South Carolina 1 year. I'll just ask you, when you look back on your college career, and everything happens for a reason, no questions asked. Everything happens for a reason. I fully believe that. What's your biggest takeaway? What do you think's the thing you learned from your college experience, if you will?
That asking for help does not mean that you're weak or that you're
Mm,
not able. Um, I had a really hard time shaking having. I got down there. I had just got drafted. Like I was on a high coming to school that just won a natty. Like the happiest I'd ever been. And then like day two, we're taking physicals, and like they tell me that my ACL's torn. Like
mm,
I've broken bones, but I had never like torn a ligament. And when I heard ACL, like my immediate thought was like players whose careers have never come back from having this surgery. And granted, like it's 2010 at the time, technology and surgery had advanced a long way. But in my mind, I just immediately thought negative, and I just got in a negative space,
mm,
and I just let it snowball to the point where like I just thought like I got so depressed and upset that like I was like missing class, I was missing practice. But like it wasn't because I didn't want to go. It was because like I don't know, I was just mentally I just wasn't there, and I I should have asked for help.
mm,
I needed to ask for help, and I wanted to be a tough guy, and that cost me greatly. But
mm,
I wouldn't change anything. I would just like I said, I just wish I knew I had I that asking for help wasn't a bad thing. That you
mm,
it didn't mean you weren't strong or anything like that. Because uh I I had great relationships with everybody down there, like
mm,
fantastic relationships with all my teammates, with all the coaches. Like I'm a very likable person. I have an outgoing energy. Like I'm cool, like fun to be around. But during that time, I was not. Like I was not
mm.
a fun person to be around. I was just. I remember I locked myself in my dorm room. Like I put my dresser in front of my door so you couldn't get in it. And I was in there for like a month straight.
Mm.
Like no showering, just eating like the Gatorades and the snacks that like my parents had bought for my room and stuff. But like
Mm.
I was just messed up, and I just didn't know how to ask for help. And that's it.
Yeah, and I think that's the side of it that people, that fans, I think we don't see, or we don't even think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And, I have to remind myself of that too, because it's just, let's just call it what it is. I'm in the business of it's being critical of college kids' performances, and like I said, you got to think about that side. I mean, especially in this world with the social media stuff going off, and
uh-huh.
depression rates are increasing, and everybody's comparing themselves to somebody else. And I think that's why you're seeing it, because people just cannot help to compare themselves to what somebody else is doing. And it's, what I'm saying, people are living fake lives for social media, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It just, I
for
think
sure.
sometimes we lose sight of it. I think sometimes we lose sight of the real issues people are going through.
For sure, absolutely. And like I said, I had just gotten drafted, and so when I had surgery, like I just got that negative mindset of, man, I could have just signed out of high school and took
Mm,
whatever money the Boston was going to give me. I could have had this knee problem now, but I
mm,
still got X amount of dollars in the bank account. I can go play college football after this. Like I don't
mm.
have to play baseball. Like a lot of that came in my mind, and I just could not. I couldn't shake it. But yeah, I think a lot of kids think like that and have those thought processes. And social media, I think social media is a good thing. I'm
Mm.
on social media all the time, like you said, but it can get heavy on some kids if they don't know how to tune out the BS and the people that just talk just to talk.